Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Chris Davis, and today we're going to do a review of Ahsoka episode 7. So spoiler warning, if you have not seen the episode and if you don't want to hear any spoilers, please click off this video, watch the episode and come back. If you've already seen the episode or you don't care about spoilers, please continue to watch this video. With that being said, let's get into the review. So Ahsoka episode 7. Okay, this was another fantastic episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to talk about the things that really stood out to me in this episode. So let's start off with the first one. Ezra and Sabine traveling together. So as Ezra and Sabine are traveling together, Sabine is filling Ezra in on what he has missed since he hasn't since they haven't been in the same galaxy. She told him about the fall of the Empire on the Battle of Endor. She told him about the New Republic. She's told him about Ahsoka taking her in as an apprentice. However, there's some things that really stood out to me when she was telling Ezra all this. One, like, she's leaving out a lot of important details. She is not filling Ezra in that she doesn't have a means of them getting back home. She's not filling him in on how she was able to find Ezra to begin with, that she willingly went with Balin, that she risked Thrawn returning to reestablish the Empire. She's leaving all that out. She's even leaving out Ahsoka's apparent death. And I believe she's choosing to omit all of this because if she told Ezra the whole story, he would not approve of what she did or what she's doing right now. He wouldn't have wanted her to risk Thrawn coming back to bring back the Empire just to find him. He wouldn't approve of that, and deep down Sabine knows it. And so I really wanted to bring that up because that really stood out to me. Next part that really stood out to me that I thought was incredible was Ahsoka and Huyang. So they're still in the space whales, they're traveling at hyperspeed, and when we go to them we see Ahsoka doing a training module with Anakin Skywalker, going over some basic lightsaber regimen, and I guess she goes through these video training modules from time to time. Huyang fills her in that we're getting close to our destination. The space whales are lowering their speed. They get to the destination and the space whales are bombarded by a minefield. So Ahsoka and Huyang deduct that Thrawn has prepared for their arrival. So Ahsoka, with her ship, she gets out of the whale's mouth and she's going into the space whale graveyard where there's a lot of debris. To get out of the minefield, also Thrawn is sending fighter jets after Ahsoka's ship. And she goes into that debris to really lose them. The space whales, they hightail it out of that galaxy. They hyper jump somewhere else because they know it's just not safe there for them. Anyway, Huyang and Ahsoka have a problem. They're at the right planet, but they still don't know Sabine's exact location. Meanwhile, the Empire has lost them, not the Empire, Thrawn has lost them in the debris field. So he calls on the Night Sisters, and Ahsoka, she reaches out to the Force to find Sabine. However, this causes a problem. Ahsoka is able to locate Sabine. However, because Ahsoka reached out in the Force, the Night Sisters were able to find her location, and Thrawn's ship starts firing at Ahsoka's location. Ahsoka goes deeper in the debris field to get away, and then Thrawn just lets her get away because in his plan, Ahsoka's gonna lead him to Ezra, Bridger, and Sabine. The next part we see is Baylan and Shin. Baylan and Shin, they decide to part ways. Shin wants to serve the Empire, and she believes that power is great, while Baylan, he doesn't want to serve the Empire. He believes there's a greater power than the Empire on the planet that they're on right now. And I believe the name of the planet is Peridian or Peridian. I don't know the exact name at the moment. I believe I said it right, but if I got it wrong, I apologize. Anyway, they decide to split. Before they split completely, they find Ezra and Sabine. So Shin tells Thrawn that she's found Sabine and Ezra Bridger, and Thrawn's like, good, he's sending reinforcements to help aid Shin. And so Shin with the other mercenaries go down, and they're getting ready to fight Ezra and Sabine. And so Ezra and Sabine are getting ready to fight, but before they do, Sabine hands Ezra a lightsaber, says, here you go, here's your lightsaber, take it. Ezra says to her, hey, I don't need the lightsaber, the Force is all I need. Now, to me, this is a very controversial statement he made, because the only Force user we know that didn't want to use a lightsaber because he believed he didn't need it was Palpatine. Palpatine, he studied the Force inside and out. The Midichlorians, the light side of the Force, the dark side of the Force. He studied all the aspects of the Force. He was an incredibly powerful Force user. And also, it was part of his Sith ideology not to use the lightsaber, because the Sith at that point believed they didn't need the lightsaber anymore, that it was an outdated, antiquated weapon, and that the only reason Palpatine used the lightsaber was to make fun of and mock the Jedi. So to me, Ezra saying that he doesn't need a lightsaber, the Force is all he needs, is a controversial statement to me, because he's nowhere near as powerful in the Force or knowledge of the Force as Palpatine is. And even when we see him fight, all he does is Force pull, Force push. I mean, if he were to simply just take away their weapons with the Force, I would have been like, okay, but all he's doing is Force pulling and Force pushing, but he doesn't even do that. So to me, him making that statement, the Force is all I need, I don't like it. I mean, if he were to give us a quick explanation, like, hey, I haven't used a lightsaber in years, I'm fine without one, I would have gone with that. I would have gone with that explanation, because you know what, it's true. He's been stranded for 10 years without a lightsaber and without the means to create one. So if he had to learn how to survive without using a lightsaber, and he's like, I don't need it, I'd accept that over the Force is all I need. And because when he said that, it made me think of, oh, he's an incredibly powerful Force wielder now, so he doesn't need a lightsaber. But you all saw that fight. He didn't even take away their weapons and stuff with the Force. I mean, he was just Force pulling and Force pushing. He did something really skilled against Shin, but I think Shin was still able to get the upper hand on him a little bit. Then we go to Ahsoka. Ahsoka finds their location, but before she goes and helps Sabine and Ezra, she tries to fight Baylan again. She's no match for Baylan. I guess Baylan is really strong, because Ahsoka is an incredibly powerful Jedi or Force user, because we've seen her fight Asajj Ventress. We see her did she battle Count Dooku? Not Count Dooku. I want to say General Grievous she battled against. But yeah, even against Asajj Ventress, that's really good. So the bottom line, Ahsoka's a powerful Force user. We all know that. But Baylan is a very strong, powerful is a very strong Force user because he's able to hold his own against Ahsoka, and that's really impressive. Like Ahsoka even said that she can't beat him, and so she escapes with a smoke bomb, helps Sabine and Ezra fight off the other stormtroopers and mercenaries, and she's able to easily beat Shin, and like they retreat. Thrawn is not bothered at all by the loss. He even says himself acceptable losses without Baylan. So he noticed that Baylan did not participate in that fight. Morgan Elsbeth questions him about how can this loss be okay, and he gives Morgan his perspective that their main goal is to leave this planet and conquer the New Republic and reestablish the Empire, and this battle has given them all the time they need to load up their ship and leave this galaxy. And so with Thrawn, it's a success, it's a victory. I believe when Shin returns to Thrawn in the next episode, he is going to ask her why Baylan was not participating in that battle, because if Baylan did participate in that battle, they would have won. So that's all we have for today. If you liked what I had to share, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and also let me know in the comment section below what was your favorite part about this episode. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Later.